August, Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who is on a 5-day visit to India, was welcomed by Guard of Honor and accorded a ceremonial welcome at the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan. The visiting dignitary was warmly greeted by President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President Marcos Jr. reaffirmed the alliance and the partnership India and Philippines share in strengthening the bond. The leader also said that Indo-Pacific is the correct evolution of Asia-Pacific.
It is a reaffirmation of the alliance and the partnership that we are strengthening. What used to be where we used to refer to the Asia-Pacific region, we now refer to as the Indo-Pacific region, which is the, I think, a correct evolution of that understanding because of the global nature of all of politics and of all of trade and all of the economy. And to build upon what we already have had, but to certainly to explore the many opportunities that have arisen in the past few years because of the new technologies and the changing state of the global economy and the geopolitics around us now.
Later, President Marcos Jr. also paid his tributes to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat by laying a wreath at Mahatma Gandhi's memorial. The leader shared commitment to the ideals of truth and non-violence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Philippines President Marcos Jr. at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. The leaders held comprehensive discussions aimed at further cementing enduring friendship and strong bilateral relations. While India and Philippines share close bonds based on the foundation of civilizational, historical and people-to-people connections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Philippines President Marcos Jr. held delegation-level talks. They discussed various aspects of boosting India-Philippines ties in a host of sectors. Further, Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnessed the exchange of MoUs and attended the joint press meeting with Philippines President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. And DD correspondent Jessica Taneja joins us for more. Good afternoon, Jessica. Tell us first about the key MOU signed between India and Philippines today.
Well, it has been an important day for both the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President of Philippines, Marcos Jr. The interaction that we saw just a short while ago came with multiple announcements, especially when it comes to defense, science and tech, as well as also digital infrastructure development. And India has made significant progress when it comes to the recent past in, developing various different kind of infrastructure projects, especially quick investment plans. Few of them were also launched a few years ago, and the expectations of announcements from this visit as well. Now it's a 5-day tour, so you'd expect that he's come with a high-level business delegation as well. So multiple opportunities for the two to engage in bilateral cooperation. The trade has enhanced over the years. Philippines is also part of India's, not just India's Look East policy, but also the Mahasagar vision in the Indian Ocean when it comes to, the naval preparedness or, looking at the threats of the territorial integrity, especially when it comes to coercion in the South China Sea. And the Philippines is an important partner for India in the Indo-Pacific maritime cooperation as well. So certainly the diplomatic ties the last 75 years are only strengthened over time and expected to go much further with the announcement from President Marcos Jr. To the tune of starting direct flights between the two countries and also allowing visa-free for Indians to enter Philippines. Is certainly going to be advancing the ties much further, not just in terms of tourism, but also cultural cooperation, which has benefited this relationship even in the past. So, this meeting happening between Prime Minister Modi along with the President of Philippines, Marcos Jr., is significant in more ways than one. The two did meet last year at the ASEAN summit, which was held in Lao PDR. But this is, of course, one of their major bilateral meetings and certainly leading to fruition and announcements that would benefit not just the Philippines, but also India. And with India ramping up its infrastructure development in the Philippines, would certainly go on to help a long way to our country that would require that kind of help.
And also, Philippines President condoled the loss that many of the victims faced during the Pahalgam terror attack and also voiced his concern and also support in India's fight against terrorism. Tell us how important it becomes when we talk about India's global outreach program, in addition to India's strong voice and stand against terrorism. Jessica.
Well, you did hear President Marcos talk about condemning the terrorist attack that took place in Pahalgam in Kashmir. Well, certainly, it supports India's ambitions to sort of combat terrorism on a global scale and carry its mission of promoting anti-terrorism, especially when we've seen the recent spate of attacks from Pakistan-sponsored terrorism, be it the TRF and its listing as, a potential terrorist organization, both by the United States as well as the United Nations, comes at a time when this certainly sort of gives a much relief on the global front when it comes to India raising concerns about terror emanating from its neighborhood and constantly sponsored by a state called Pakistan. So, and there have been few mentions on various countries sort of aligning with India on its idea of promoting and making the world more aware about how these terrorist activities continue to disrupt activities, not just both economic but social and cultural as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us.